Yezalamanda, siyayibona yezalamanda. Yezalamanda, siyayibona yezalamanda. Uyayibona ipirates. Yezalamanda, siyayibona yezalamanda. Awabona amabhalabhala. Yezalamanda.
Good day, family. Welcome to the BigDaddy Football Corner. Igama lami Simanga Makhubu Sibongo. Abangaziyo bambiza ngo BigDaddy. Bafethu, those that are new in the channel, welcome. And those that have been here for a while, thank you so much. If this is the first time that you're watching this YouTube channel, please subscribe. And to those that have subscribed, thank you. In this channel, guys, we concentrate more on Orlando Pirates games and we break them tactically in terms of how they lost, how they've won, or how they've drawn that particular match. And then we go into the comments. We further then take that conversation into that space. We go into social media. We take that conversation into those spaces as well. And we talk deep more about the club that we love the most, which is Orlando Pirates. The reason the video is out because this is a post-match tactical analysis for the Orlando Pirates versus TX Galaxy. Gameplay eSgodini, Mvelase, Mandla Ncikazi first game as the interim coach after our lovely Jose left us. And I had a tweet that before the match started, early in the morning, and I said, as Orlando Pirates supporters, we are going to support Mandla Ncikazi just like we supported Rivero. We will also criticize him just like we criticized Jose. We will praise him as well, just like we praised Jose. But Upramindlos has all our support. And in this particular instance, for me in this game, I was very, very more interested to see Mandla Ncikazi, what will he do differently? What will he twerk tactically and be noticeable? And for me, I just wanted to see that in his tenure, what is it that he observed and he wanted to change when he takes over as a head coach, right? Also, when I went to the lineup, there was nothing new in this particular lineup except that he started with Tito Maswangai. That did not probably start the previous match, right? Then in the first half, I think the very first 15 minutes, I observed because there is something that Ncikazi have changed. And one of them is that he has decided that he wants Orlando Pirates to play with only one type of build-up play, because there are three types of build-up play in football. You're gonna have it direct play or a long ball, and some they call it route one football, where from the goalkeeper the first ball just goes straight into the attacking side of the game. Normally when you play a 9, you use that because you want to win this first ball, then win the second ball and play the second phase in this particular instance. Then there is a second way of build-up, which is mixed play, where you start with a build-up, you attract the opposition, you bait them, and then once they come to you, they open the space, and then you play a diagonal ball, a vertical ball, a long pass over the defensive line. But Ncikazi decided to, in this entire game, he wants to go with combination play, right? Just passing through the press. So whenever they press you, as much as they press, you've got more patient build-ups and you are willing to risk. And I think because he had Utlamini, Tito, no Silepe, who are very comfortable with the ball, it helped him to play that particular instance. Remember, Jose, we've played it direct play, especially when we're playing CAF Champions League or when we are leading a certain match and we don't want to risk that much. He has also played mostly in mixed build-up play. I think even on Twitter, people, they are very mad that Orlando Pirates has been playing a lot of long balls, because they will play, bait you a little bit and then boom, bait you a little bit and boom. But in this game, the one thing that was a complete a change was them opting to pass through. They did that from the first up into the last minute, right? But it takes Galaxy responded with that switch, in a very, very strategic way, because they had a very interesting strategic high press, because they were allowing Orlando Pirates to make the pass to the fullbacks. This is the area that they were willing to give Orlando Pirates and say, you can have that area, right? But as soon as they switch or they make a pass into midfield, TX Galaxy switched very quickly and jumped on aggressive press. That's why you will see in that game they made too many fouls, especially in the first half. in that congested area in midfield, right? Because they know when Orlando Pirates play the ball into fullbacks, you've got the touchline as a defender, right? And then the other thing as well that I noticed in this particular game was the overloads that ETX Galaxy had, especially in the wide areas. In attack, you will see them having overloads on the Hoto side, also overload on the left hand side. I've seen that a couple of times where they could have easily attacked Orlando Pirates using those overload, right? Half-time score is 0-0, and my analysis was like, I did not see Orlando Pirates scoring any goal. Because they hardly created any chance in the first half. Because if I look at the high concentration of playing, you could see that it was more on Orlando Pirates' side, but it was more 35% on Orlando Pirates. Then right in the middle, it was 39, and up front is about 26. That shows that the most concentration of play was more in the middle and more on the Orlando Pirates attacking side. Second half, Mvelase subbed Uchayine. Hey, guys, that sub confused a lot of people, and it confused the hell out of me in this instance, especially because the fact that he have chosen to play combination play as he's built up a scheme, and then you bring a goalkeeper that is not comfortable playing on his feet, and I was like, Senzani Mvelase, you know, in this, and I was waiting, guys, for SuperSport to interview him and let him know what was this substitution about. But then I waited and I waited. When they did that interview, they did not ask him that particular question, because I still need to know. Some people on Twitter were saying it's because they wanted to increase Emma clean sheets, Kashayine, because if he's subbed, then he's got an extra clean sheet in this particular game. I don't know how that is how that is true, right? And then the other thing as well is when Orlando Pirates fail to get Nkota no really out wide, stretched, you know, 1v1 with the opposition right back and left back. Orlando Pirates, they look very, very difficult, you know, to play out. And if you are doubting what I'm saying, just go and watch that match and see how many times did Urele Nkota and we're isolated with their right back and left back. And also, Orlando Pirates had no outlets to play out. And for me, that was a problem. And this is something that happened in the CAF Champions League, where we want to play combination play in through the middle. But whenever we get the ball, we don't have an outlet. We don't have runners. We don't have quick players that are on the side to give us that particular. And I think it was very, very difficult to watch, man, how we could not be able to press out, right? Second thing that Mandla Ncikazi did and changed in this particular game was using Bandile Shandu to his strength, because he is a player that is more comfortable making inventing runs or making runs in between, right? Underlapping runs, as opposed to making overlapping runs. And in this game, he made so many of those runs, as opposed to playing out wide. And that goal that Orlando Pirates came, you know, it was a result of the diversity of attack. The fact that we started stretching the field. It was the first diagonal ball that was played into the closer to the TX Galaxy box. It was the first time that you could see you know, on the side having the Nkota in the side, or having Nkota isolated 1v1, and boom, across inside the box, Shandu scored that goal, even though it looked a little bit offside. But how Nkota's selfishness at critical moments, guys, needs to be studied at Harvard University. Because, wow, how do you decide to take on a player when on your left-hand side you've got an overload of two players that are free that you can easily pass the ball to him? Guys, if there is just one aspect of Nkota that he really needs to get out of his system, is being able to stop being selfish and try and pass the ball. It happened in the derby, you know, it's happening again, right? Good to see Mvelase getting a run. Stalemate on the TTB show before, in an interview when he left Orlando Pirates, he said Mvelase is especially as close to Urele. And I can't wait to see that, and I haven't seen it. I think this was the second time he got in as a substitute, and I haven't seen anything as yet, right? But there is no player at Orlando Pirates, guys, that needs a goal more than Betwaypremiership or Radiopane, just to boost his confidence. I just think he needs just that one goal. and then boom, the gates will be open. Because you could see the frustration that he's trying, his hold up play, using his strength, but it's always mostly outside the box and not necessarily closer to the box, right? Guys, I really support Orlando Pirates playing youngsters from TDC. But that Damian Cameron sub, you know, I don't think it was a correct one in my own view, because you sub Butito in the last stages of the match, right? You are only leading by 1-0, and you want to ensure that you keep that 1-0, or you go on and you score the second goal. You are leading 1-0. You have a central attacking midfielder who is in the bench. In the previous 3 games, he has shown anger and zeal that he wants to play. And there you are, you are Mandla Ncikazi, you throw in a youngster. You know, I honestly think, guys, we have to play youngsters, but we have to play them in the right moments of the game, in the right atmosphere. In this game, you needed a player that's going to give you more offensive play to try and get the second. Somebody that was also showing, you know, in the past 3 games that I really want to play, right? Also, a lot of Pirates attacking transition, guys, are very slow. They are too slow for my liking. The team is not ruthless enough in transition. There's just, even in transition, at times there's too many misplaced passes where we just need to make, when we switch play, that one pass, you know, to get out, it's always into the wrong player short or into the defender. We are not as ruthless, man. There was a point where Orlando Pirates in transition were a nightmare to catch. Last minute goal scored by ETX Galaxy right in the last minute. Orlando Pirates concede. Orlando Pirates counted in transition. You are leading 1-0 with few minutes before the final whistle. Why are you committing too many players in the opposition field, guys? When you look there was a 7v7 in the opposition side of the field. At that time of the game, bafunani bonke labantu into that side. Rest defense, where are you? Another ball played over Mbogazi's head. That's one part of his game that I've mentioned in this show that he really needs to work on in terms of his jumping and ensuring that he actually his heading ability. He doesn't have a timing in terms of when to peg back or when to jump. For me, that is one aspect of his game that really that Mbogazi needs to work on. Very disappointing draw. To me, it feels like a loss. And I think that Mandla, I blame him for that sub to bring that young boy in this particular game. And then the second one, the players failed to Mandla by failing to manage a lead once again, right? I also think it was a game that had too many stop-start, too many fouls, too many fighting instead of playing the game. Congratulations to Mpho Selepi for winning the first man of the match. I'm closely monitoring the boy because I believe so much into his abilities. What I'm adding on my scouting report, which I've done for this boy, the summary of it, is his incredible awareness of his surroundings. He really knows what's happening around him. His content scanning, you know, before receiving the ball really impressed me. Mapakania, ngibeka lana, asingene in my comments. Let's comment and tell me anything else that I might have missed in this particular match. Aye.